The Buffalo Bills escaped with a 21-19 victory over the Miami Dolphins on Sunday at Hard Rock Stadium. Here's what we learned from the win. The Bills' run defense is stout. The Dolphins came into this game averaging 177 rushing yards per game, but Buffalo held them to just 80 yards on the ground. That was thanks in large part to the return of defensive tackle Ed Oliver, who missed the first 2 games of the season due to a hamstring injury. He was a disruptive force in the middle of the line, and his presence was definitely felt. Josh Boyga also had a huge game for Buffalo. He recorded a career-high 15 tackles and also had a sack. He was all over the field making plays. In fact, it was Boyga who made the stop on Tyreek Hill on 4th down with 25 seconds left that sealed the win for the Bills, but it wasn't just the run defense that stepped up. Buffalo's pass rush also got to tagovailoa for 4 sacks and 7 quarterback hits. The Dolphins' quarterback was under pressure all afternoon long. Tagovailoa did make some nice throws, including a 45-yard bomb to Jalen Waddle in the first quarter. But for the most part, he was off his game. He finished with 261 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And really, if you took away the 45-yard pass to Waddle, those numbers would be a lot less impressive. The Bills' secondary did a great job for the most part containing Tyreek Hill. As I mentioned earlier, Hill did make that one big play, but other than that, he was relatively quiet. He finished with 6 catches for 78 yards. The Bills knew coming into this game that Hill was a threat, so they basically played him extremely tight and dared Tagovailoa to beat them with other weapons. For the most part, Tagovailoa couldn't. That one big play by Hill was a thing of beauty, though. It was a deep post route, and Hill just got behind the Bills' secondary for a 45-yard gain. Tagovailoa put the ball on him perfectly. It was a 50-50 ball, but Hill came down with it. It was the longest play of the game. Speaking of big plays, how about that punt return by Khalil Shakir in the 3rd quarter? He took the punt at his own 10-yard line, made one guy miss, and then raced 89 yards to the end zone. It was a thing of beauty. He made a couple guys miss in the open field and then outran the rest. It was the longest punt return in Bills history since 1999, and it gave Buffalo a 14-10 lead at the time. Allen has done a good job protecting the ball through 3 games. Coming into this game, he had thrown just 1 interception, and yes, he did throw a pick in this game. He threw it in the end zone on a pass that was intended for Gabe Davis, but for the most part, Allen has done a good job taking care of the ball. He has thrown just 2 interceptions on the year. Allen also did a good job stepping up in the pocket and buying time when he needed to. He scrambled for 26 yards on 5 carries, but he also made some nice throws on the run. One of those was a 22-yard pass to Dawson Knox that set up the Bills' first touchdown. Buffalo's red zone offense continues to be a problem. They were 2 of 4 on the day. On their first 2 possessions, they got inside the Dolphins' 20-yard line and came away with just 3 points on 2 separate occasions. Luckily for the Bills, they were able to put enough points on the board to win the game despite their struggles in the red zone. So that's what we learned from the Bills' close win over the Dolphins. It was a sloppy game, but Buffalo found a way to get the win. Now they'll head home with a 3-0 record.